You gotta give me a free pass on this one, okay? Because it's probably gonna happen. On May 6th of last year, I was finishing up everything that you're supposed to do as a teacher. To leave on a Friday afternoon. I got my grades in, most of them, half of them. So I got those in, got everything cleaned up and ready for Monday. The last thing I did before going home was put a sticky note on my computer. That sticky note said, make emergency subplans in case Jude comes early. On the computer. Now, Jude wasn't supposed to come early. Lincoln came 2 weeks late. This was a month before Jude was going to be born. There was no reason for me to expect Jude was going to show up. So I went home that night. The next day was my sleep-in day. We would trade off. So I would get up one day, take care of Lincoln. Nicole would get up another day. This was my sleep-in day. I got to sleep until 8. So I'm sleeping in, and then Nicole came in. Honey, you need to get up. We're having a baby today. Oh, man. Oh, man. All right, time to get up. So my sister comes over to pick up Lincoln. She's going to take Lincoln for the time. And we go for a walk. We walk by my friend Chad's house. Say, hey, we're having a baby today. He says, here's a shot of whiskey. Gives me a shot of whiskey. It's 9 a.m. It's totally acceptable. Totally acceptable. So I take a shot of whiskey. And we go to the hospital. Nicole gets on the monitor. And we find out that Jude's in distress. Every time she contracts, his heart rate spikes. So we got to get this little guy out. So she gets him, she goes on Pitocin. Gets those contractions rolling, everything happened. 7:03 that night. Oh, and then I changed to my number one dad shirt. Yeah, it's Darth Vader on it. It says number one dad. I gotta wear this. Nicole's rolling her eyes. But I wear it every Father's Day. It's a silly shirt. 7:03, Jude's born. He's a little small. He's about 5 pounds. The doctors whisk him away, put him on a heater, and start running some tests. We're told, well, there could be this whole myriad of things wrong with your son. Or he's born early. So I think, well, he's born early. He's got to be born early. The next day, family comes in. Lincoln comes in and meets his little brother. I think we're going to see a picture of Lincoln meeting his little brother. Lincoln was far more interested in his milk box and snacks. He didn't really care about this little guy. So he comes in, milk box, snacks. Brian comes by, meets Jude. Everything's good. And then they whisk him away, and they take him to the NICU. Jude's put on a heater. Jude cannot regulate his body temperature. So that's Sunday. And they just keep on running some tests. Monday I go into work. I already have a sub, but I'm working on my emergency sub plans that I was supposed to do before or whatever. So I'm working on those. Nicole calls me up in tears. Jude's been put on a feeding tube. So little man's on a feeding tube. Next few days, tests, more tests, more tests. Nicole goes in every 3 hours to feed Jude. He's in the NICU. He's on a feeding tube. On Thursday, they pulled the feeding tube. He's getting enough food. Everything's groovy. Cool. Right on. Friday, we get called in the morning. Doctor's got some answers for these tests. So we go in, and we wait. And we wait. And we wait. I think we got there around 8 a.m. And we waited, and we waited, and we waited. Around noon, they rolled in a little echo machine and ran an EKG on Jude's heart. And then the doctor came in. Sit down. Your son has Down syndrome. It's not the most, he doesn't have the greatest bedside manner. Your son has Down syndrome. His 21st chromosome doubled up. This is how it is. That's impossible as far as I'm concerned, because Nicole took that test. It's 96% accurate, but we were at 4% and squeaked on through. I had this dream that I was going to have a sibling for my son Lincoln, and they were going to be able to play and ride bikes and go camping and stay up late and watch horror movies together and be best friends. And it felt all of a sudden like that dream just came crashing down. This was one of the darkest days of my life, and it should have been, because this is my son. My son had just been born. I should have been joyful. My dad came in. He said something to me. And the thing he said was, God's not Jude's. God mourns with you today. God mourns for your dream. God mourns for your son. God does not discount science. God didn't choose for Jude to have Down syndrome. Jude didn't choose for Jude to have Down syndrome. So, that night, I went to pick up Lincoln from daycare. Pick up Lincoln. Lincoln, you're going to need to be really strong for your brother. As you go on, you're going to need to be really strong for this guy. And his sister, no, Daddy, no. Okay, well, you got it. That's how it is, man. About a week later, our friend Amy Silverman came by. Amy has a daughter named Sophie who has Down syndrome. Amy just recently wrote a memoir called My Heart Can't Even Take It. It might be another name, but I think that's the name of it. And it's about raising a child with Down syndrome. Sophie comes in. She has her security blanket that was given to her from a child with Down syndrome. She gives it to Jude. Sophie goes off and does all these things that kids do. She reads a book. She plays. She's just a regular old person. Okay. Jude can be a regular old person. They were kind of the hands of God in a way, and she doesn't even believe in God, and that's fine. I don't care if people believe in God or not. God can still kind of work through people. And that's what I needed to see at that point in time. So, 6 months have passed now. And Jude, this little guy, the older I get, the more I realize that what's really important in this world is for people to be kind and for people to be nice. And one thing I know about this little guy is he's going to be kind and nice. And he's going to make my son, Lincoln, kinder and nicer. And right now, we could use a little extra kindness. Just this morning, Lincoln came in. And he was lying on the floor with Jude. He said, Jude, are you cold? Let me tuck you in. And he tucks in Jude with Lincoln's blankie. And that was sweet of him. And he's learning little lessons from his little brother already. I don't want to be the dad of a kid with special needs. I really don't. But I am. And I struggle with it every day. But I have this little mantra that I say to myself, Every time I'm struggling with it. And that little mantra is, Jude is my son. Jude is perfect. Jude is Jude. Thank you.
Amen.